Hey guys, it's Amy. Okay, the sun's in my eyes. I'm gonna have to wear my sunglasses while it's out. So, coming from my front yard, my backyard, whatever it is, where I wanted to make a quick video today to talk about play, right? About adding, the energy of play to your life, and this morning, I have a friend, Sue Cotter, and she told me she has this thing that she does in the morning, and I've started to adopt it too, where when she wakes in the morning, she actually calls herself, like she makes a phone call to herself, to her body, and checks in with her body and asks her body how it's doing. So I've actually started to do that now, where I'm actually getting up in the morning and I'm not checking my phone, I'm not checking messages, and I'm checking in with myself first. So how much do we when we wake, or the first thing we do is to go check on someone else, or check what someone else needs from us, or what we got to do for the day before checking in with ourselves first. And this morning, I have a practice where I get up in the morning, and then I have, I make my cup of tea, and then I go to my, I have a spare room that's kind of like an altar that I've created, and I have all my crystals, and I have oracle cards, and then I have paper and a journal, and I ask questions, and I use the access questions to ask, what do I want to create today? What am I actually, what's my business asking for? What's my body asking for? And I do my cards. And so this morning, what came up was actually make time, because I go to yoga, and I work out and stuff. So sometimes I count that as my time for me. But what if you also had time for you? Because sometimes that stuff, going to yoga, working out, is stuff you got to do for your physical body, but also kind of your mental well-being, right? For me, it's for my mental well-being. And this morning I got to make time to actually just play, just hang out, just even if I could make 30 minutes just to, I did today, 30 minutes to come outside, sit in the sun and play music, not have my phone, not be texting anyone, not be answering emails, but just sit here in the sun as the airplane flashes over, sit here in the sun and just play and just enjoy being here. And I also have a journal. This is a really beautiful journal I got for the year, and it's got all different questions in it, and reflections and stuff. And I asked what my body wanted to write, and because writing for me is fun, and listening to music and dancing and all that stuff. And I realized how much of my life, how much of my day-to-day business is working, is answering emails, taking phone calls, making phone calls, seeing clients. I also go to the restaurant, spend cleaning the house, making dinner, doing all these things, shopping, all these things. And how much of your day is actually spent just for you, and not having to be anywhere, not even having to work out or do any of that stuff that you got to do for your health, but just to play. And as kids, we played all the time. I remember when we were younger, we were gone from the minute we got up. We were gone. We were down the road, we were in the forest, we were up the mountains. We'd come back in to eat, and then we'd leave again. And a question that someone asked me recently was I willing to be outrageous? And that it came up for me was when did I actually stop being outrageous? And I realized I stopped being outrageous when I was a child. That as a child I was outrageous. I was willing to be anything. I was wild. I was uncontrollable. I was just me. I was willing to be free in my body. I had a lot of freedom. And when did I give that up? And when did I try to start making myself normal and make myself fit into this reality? And for me, that energy of play allows you to kind of wake up that outrageousness, that kind of wild, fun, playful, energy that you had as a child, wakes it up again. Because as adults, we start to take life so seriously, and everything's about working and making money and getting the house in order and all this stuff. And where's the time for play in your day? So my new commitment to me today is promising myself that I actually commit to not only taking care of my physical body, with working out and doing yoga every day, but also, and dancing, but also having that time where it's just 30 minutes for me every day, just to be with me and just to play and explore whatever it is, be it artwork, be it writing, journaling, just maybe lying in the sand, lying in your garden, doing something where it's not about you having to produce a product to put out in the world, or it's not about you having to do something to perfect it. it's just about you being ridiculous, right? And being silly, and not being serious, and not being significant. So I wrote this piece in my journal as I was like looking at all this, and I wrote about how we came to this reality, and we chose to embody and take on these bodies. So we chose to have like this physical experience with our bodies. And what makes us want to have bodies and have that physical experience is because what you can have without a body, what you can have with a body that you can't have without a body, is that you can taste things, you can eat foods, you can have the orgasmic energy of food, you can touch, you can feel the breeze on your face, you can feel the clothes on you, you can buy different clothes for your body, you can get massages, you can taste different drinks. Like, there's all these different experiences you can have with a body. You can go into the ocean and feel the water in your skin. You can sweat, you can laugh, you can have all these different experiences with a body that you can't without. But yet we spend so much time judging our bodies, like, that they're not big enough, they're not small enough, they're not right size. And I realized today I spend a lot of time also like trying to do self-care, and like, getting massages, getting my bars running, all that stuff is great. But what if I just start to have more fun, like, with being as imperfect as I am? So maybe I have, spinal issues, maybe I have structural issues, whatever. Like, what if you just start to have fun with it? Because as a child, you never thought about those things. And where is the fun? Where is just the willingness to be ridiculous and be out of control and be outrageous? Where do we make life so serious, And just, so for me, it's like giving myself those 30 minutes every day to allow myself to be that, and then maybe I can start to allow myself to be more in my life. So one of the things I wrote, I'll read the last piece to you that I wrote. So I wrote, "Sweet body, I'm sorry for pushing you. I'm sorry for forcing you. I'm sorry for saying yes when it was a no. I'm sorry for not including you, for working when you wanted to sleep, for sleeping when you wanted to move, for valuing someone else's opinion over what you know. I'm sorry for the lack of play, and I'm sorry for giving up the childlike fun I had when I was a child, and for the seriousness and the grind of life that I've taken on. This is my new promise to you. I promise to the best of my ability to include you in all my choices every day, to gift you at least 30 minutes of play every day, whether it's a nap, lying in the sun, writing, poetry, dancing, or just being silly with my friends and loved ones. I promise to the best of my ability to take back that childlike wonder that I had when I was 3, to explore, to play, to be curious, to ask questions, to laugh, to be outrageous, and most of all, to enjoy the experience and the joy that we have of embodiment. So that's my new promise. That's my new, my new target, my new commitment to me and to my body, to actually start enjoying having a body, and to have that play and that fun I had when I was a child again, to start inviting that back in. Because if I don't have the play and the fun and the joy of having a body, what am I here for? I'm just working and grinding every day and making money and paying rent and doing all these things, but then I'm not enjoying it. So that's my new promise to me. I hope this video, may reach some people out there, and that it may speak to some of you, that you may want to start asking for that too. And can you imagine the planet we would live on if we all started to be like the children we really were, and all started to have that play and that fun again? Like, would it not just create such a more easier, happier planet to be on? So that's my video for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you can add some fun and some play and some outrageousness to your life today. Bye guys.